Good evening, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and this is yet another edition of my For My Students video series. And the first question that should be on all of your minds is, where have I been? Well, I hope you enjoyed my Relay for Life of Macon County video presentation, and I'm well aware of the sound on it. I'm well aware that a lot of it got muted, and here's the reason why. Did you see the speakers in the background? Those great big speakers? They were the ones pumping out all that music. I wasn't putting music on my video. They pumped that out. And so, of course, I had to mute all that music, and I think you can figure out why. When I got to the Relay for Life, it was sunny, it was warm, it was wonderful. As soon as that sun went down, it turned bitter cold. I'm not kidding you. I actually had to put on my hooded sweatshirt because it was that cold. But after that presentation was over with, that's right, after the presentation was over with, suddenly this area had a heat wave, and it was a very nasty heat wave. It was unbearable being in here with an air conditioner. That's how bad the heat wave got. However, I was able to upload a video. That's right, it was an HTML video. I uploaded that, and you got to see that for yourself. So it's like, yay, he got something up there. But after that got up there, then things started cooling off, but by the time they did, well, guess what? I had to go back to work. And that's where I have been. Okay. Now, Crazy Josh Cravey, I know you're watching this. You will see the Video Response Wars winner tonight. I'm going to get that done right after this video. But anyway, in this particular video, we're going to do a haul. And here is the reason why we're going to do this haul. Because tonight, I'm going to make yet another presentation that's going to be focused on the equal sign and on a couple of other things. And I had to have extra equipment for that particular presentation. And we're going to start with this. You say, what's that? From now on, when you see an equal sign, I want you to visualize this. I know you people have visualization problems, so look at an equal sign and then look at this. Look at an equal sign and then look at this. Why are we looking at this? Well, I'm going to show you. You see, I have here a box. See this box? See that right there? I'll tip it down. You see that right there? Okay. Now, hang in there, folks. Now then, dun, 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 dun. There we go. Check this out. So wait a minute, we gotta have a pair of scales now for the equal sign? You betcha. Now then, you say, well, why do we have to have this set of scales? To illustrate the equal sign of all things. Well, here are two 2-gram weights. I'm going to place one in one tray and one in the other. And hopefully this won't fall over. As you can see, the trays are very level. See? That's the whole idea. Okay? So when it comes to an equal sign, which is this, whatever you have on this side has to be equal to whatever you have on this side. And we can do the same thing. Whoa. Hang in there, folks. If you want to go with these 10-gram weights. See, both of these are 10 gram. And just like before, just hold on. It all balances out here. You can see they're perfectly level. And that's how it's supposed to work. Okay? And that's how an equal sign works. Whatever is on the left must be the same value as what's on the right. So now we've illustrated an equal sign. Woohoo! Okay, that's not the only thing we're going to show you in this particular video. You say, wait a minute, you got something else to show us? Yippee skippy. Hang in there. This thing came with a bunch of weights, and we're not going to use them too much. But you kind of get the basic idea of what an equal sign does. Alright. Then we have this. It is absolutely true that Euclid wrote a conics book. But the problem is that particular conics book has been lost to history. But this guy lived in a particular period of time in which he was able to read Euclid's work. And he wrote this book based on Euclid's work. And there you go. So anyway, we're going to be covering that in a lesson that I'm going to teach tonight. So bear with me on that. Now then, there was another thing I wanted to teach you guys, since I do have your undivided attention. And that was the Bezier curve. Now the Bezier curve is based on a triangle. Okay? Now this is two sides of a triangle. I'm just going to draw the third side right here. This is a triangle here, and this is the Bezier curve here that I had talked about previously. Now, this is the beginning point. This is the ending point. Okay? And right about here is the middle of the Bezier curve, and it is influenced by something called a control point. Okay? Now what does this control point actually control on this? It controls not only how far up the curve goes, but let's say the curve tipped, whoops, hold on. Let's say the curve actually tipped more like this. So what you'd have is you'd have a triangle like this. Something like this, okay? And that would control whether the curve curved towards the right or towards the left. And if you were doing like an up and down curve, say like that, then your triangle, okay, would control whether the curve went down or the curve went up. Are you getting the idea here? I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so you can actually see it. Just want to make sure you can see all this. See what I mean? That's what it means to have a control point. Now, a quadratic Bezier curve has one control point. A cubic Bezier curve has two control points. And these two control points not only control how far out the curve is from this line, okay, so the curve is coming out from this line, it not only controls how far out it goes like this, but it also controls whether it's up and down, or in this case, whether it's left or right. And that's what I was trying to explain on my HTML video. Are we getting the idea? Alright. So, those are the topics I wanted to cover in this For My Students video series. I will make a much better presentation on parametric functions and the Bezier curve in a future video. I just wanted you to see all this. Alright. I will tell you more in a future video, so I hope you will definitely stay tuned.